Hello,
Hello,
how are you today?
I'm doing well. And how about you?
Happy to see you. Thank you for joining.
Uh,
I like students
yes,
that work well at home, you know? We can
um,
see good progress here, so that's great.
uh,
Yes?
oh no, I'm just finished just two question in part three. I'm really sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. You have a reason for that, so I understand. It's not just because you were lazy or something, you just didn't expect it to happen like this, so it's understandable. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Now, let me see. This is great. You have separated the questions into
Yeah, because I want to monitor the length that each question take me to answers.
each question.
Takes me to
Yes.
answer.
Yeah. And then, okay, so that's good. I see something above 1 minute. It's a little bit on the longer side, so maybe a little bit too long because on average it's closer to 50 seconds, but at the same time it's fine. It's nothing like really to worry about or change. You don't need to change this. Just saying like it depends on the question, of course, or it depends on the structure of your speech. So some questions can be extended, some perhaps unnecessary, but most of the time better to extend, of course. So yeah, the longer the better. You might consider improving your pace of speech too, like speaking a bit faster maybe to um, put more information within the same time, but it shouldn't cost you like grammatical mistakes and pronunciation issues, so don't hurry if you cannot afford it. Let's see, let me listen and correct at the same time then. Let's tile these. Yeah, like that. And so I can see your writing same time.
Question number one: do you think a successful person can be popular at the same time? Yes, I personally think that successful people are always set as images to motivate other people, so they are often uh, advertised to be known widely, and celebrities are a typical example.
Okay. Personally think that successful people are always set as images. Set as images.
Yeah.
Set as images. People, let's see, people are set as images. Person, maybe let's see like this. The person, what's the expression you're trying to use? A person is set as an image. Set as an image. No, so this doesn't sound right to me. Can you try
Mm,
another way?
mm. Actually, what I mean is, they are set as a typical example, but I already mentioned that phrase, uh, in the last of my answer, so I don't want to repeat it, mm, at the beginning of the answers.
What are you talking about? Which answer?
They are, uh, the successful people are always set as a typical example. Uh, uh, do
Hmm.
do you really understand what I mean? Like
Well,
they are set up as a typical example for everyone to follow them. Something like that.
set as an example. All right, personally think that successful people. The question is a little bit awkward, though, right? A successful person can be popular. Usually, a successful people are popular, right? No, normally, mm, at the same time. So yes, that's pretty natural. Personally, I think that successful people are always okay. Successful people are always set. Let's Let's search for that. Like, what do people say? You see, like, that we don't really use successful people with set, are always set, or let's remove always. People, all right, successful people are set apart, you can say. Are set, no, are set aside from others. Set apart. I don't see what you're trying to say here. Mostly set apart, set free. Like, what do we have? Let's check it in the dictionary. Do we have any idioms that you're trying to use here? It's like phrasal verbs. Set about. Set as an image, right? Try different words completely, like a different structure, without set, without image.
Like successful people can encourage, inspire, or I just remove the face
Ins
and always set as images.
Inspire is better, yes.
Yeah.
Are always shown as examples, or well, the word is example, I guess. So we could check what verbs do we use normally here. Let's see. Set an example. This is what you're trying to say, right? Set a good example. Yeah.
Yes.
Show, set, basically it. So are always set as maybe perfect examples of, or perfect examples to motivate other people. And image, if you want to use the word image here, so it does make sense because, well, let's check image as a definition. So you're trying to use the image, so the way they appear to other people. Yeah, that's it, right? So the way they appear to other people. Right. And then the verb, we have what? What verbs do we use here?
Create.
So we can create an image, we can
Present.
present it or promote it, we can, well, yeah, that's all, I guess. Create mostly. So it's either set as perfect examples, yes, or are always presented then, yeah, as images. Presented as, but also you would need like an adjective here, like as a positive image or as a public image. As public. And it's a bit strange to say images, even though I understand you're trying to say people, images, and trying to combine those. Still, it's mostly used as a singular image, as a, but okay, yeah, it's fine. To motivate. So we have people, people. Any other way to change that?
Motivate others. Just others.
Motivate others. Mhm. So they are often, again, they can refer to others and people. Successful person, right? Person paraphrase. Let's see, or synonyms. Successful person. Specifically, person, successful person. Well, it's easy. It's easier to just paraphrase the adjective. But here we have power thesaurus. I like this one. What do we have? Well, wealthy people, but not necessarily
Yeah.
successful. Yes, individual like this. So you can paraphrase, yes, people into individuals. Successful to prosperous is not the best. Thriving. Well, we have some options here, like it's mostly wealthy, like well off, wealthy. It's all about money, but
Yeah.
successful is not necessarily money. Maybe we can think of something else. Favorable, profitable, no. Yeah, outstanding is a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Outstanding people. So outstanding, what?
Individuals.
Yes, that's a good way to paraphrase it.
Mm.
I'm trying to find like a good list of things for you because one, of course, I could have told you that myself, but I want to show you how to research it on your own. Well, okay, yeah. Character, it's a little bit too far from what we say. Yeah, okay. We have, idioms always, like big wheel here, big shot, big gun, but it's has to be natural when you speak it, and I don't think it's that easy for you. So, right, so they're often advertised. So what can you say then?
So, outstanding individuals are often.
Individuals, yes, are often advertised, okay, to be known widely. Celebrities are a typical example. What's a celebrity?
Like famous people, especially in entertainment.
Just a famous person, right?
Yeah.
As a noun, right? Celebrity. That's it. Just a famous person. Doesn't have to be like whatever industry, anything.
Mm.
So celebrity. hmm So you basically say you're saying what that okay, outstanding successful people are advertised and famous people are a good example. hmm So you're saying famous people are always successful, right?
Oh no, I do not. Uh, I do not claim that. I I in the end of my speak. In the end of my answers, I said that a person who succeeds in their life don't need to be famous. Don't need to be famous.
Doesn't who
Mm.
succeeds in their
Just
life doesn't have to be famous. Okay. Well, yeah, it's fine, I guess. Still, for example, Michael Jackson, who is renowned for his King of Pop. For instance, Michael
mm.
Jackson, who's renowned. It's also you should say who is renowned within the music industry instead of like this. So this doesn't make sense, right? So within the music industry
Mm.
is also popular among the general public, the general public who are maybe not familiar with the music industry. So, and that makes sense. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense if you say this thing instead. And he also had a successful career, as he said many records. Let me listen to that.
For instance, Michael Jackson, who was renowned for his King of Pop nickname,
You fixed yourself, right? You said was in the recording. So, yeah.
oh, mm.
Who was renowned. hmm
is also popular among the general public, and he also had a successful career as he set many records for the music industry.
Records.
Records. Records.
Jackson.
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 Yes. I think there was one more here, a bit of a problem somewhere, I think. Okay, moving on. And then there's also a problem among the general public.
Records.
He had a successful career, set many records. What are you trying to say? How's that related to?
Uh, my point is, people can be both popular and successful at the same time, and I'm trying to prove that Michael Jackson, uh, he did not also have a successful career, but he was also popular among in the general public.
So then, if you're trying to use this not only but also structure, we have structure here. Then you need to understand how it works, right? So you need to reverse this. Who was should be reversed. Not only was he something, but also he was that. Can you try?
Or like give my own example.
Just repeat again, because you misused the structure.
Yeah. So not only was it raining all day at the
No, 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 no.
wedding.
Your own structure. Use this structure with your own, with the, we're talking about Michael Jackson. So,
Uh,
not
not
only was
only
he,
not only was he popular in the general public, but also he had a really successful career.
you're forgetting an article, as successful career and among the public, wrong preposition used, right? So careful with that. And if you don't remember, I mean, if you can't remember this while speaking, then just don't use it. It's a bit difficult to say this properly. Now, okay, so that's an example of being popular and successful. Popular for his success, then was renowned for his success. He's also popular. Well, is, I guess he's still popular, right? He's also popular among the general public, and he also then while he had a successful career, but then we are repeating this, which is, so you're just basically commenting here, like why would you say why is his nickname important? I don't understand. Like, it's just totally unnecessary. So okay, so Michael Jackson is popular among the general public while he had a successful career. He set many records, let's say, within the music industry. All right, this makes sense now. All right. However, a person who, yeah, let's listen.
However, a person who succeeds in in her or his life doesn't need to be famous.
Okay. Well, succeeds, it wasn't too bad what you said, and we can try again. Who succeeds in?
Who succeeds in
Who succeeds in?
who succeeds is seen. Who
Who
succeeds
succeeds in?
who succeeds in
Who succeeds in?
who succeeds in
Well, yeah, I see it's difficult for you, right? So then, who succeeds in?
who succeeds in
Don't need to connect then, it's hard for you, right? So just say succeeds in separately, it's fine. Who succeeds in?
Who succeeds in.
Yes, like that. Or if you really want to sound like a native, then you combine them. Succeeds in her or his lie. Succeeds in her.
Yeah, success in her
Yeah,
or
but
his
it's
life.
causing you trouble combining these two words, so don't need to. Just keep it simple. Succeeds. And the ending is difficult. Does it together, right? Z. It's a difficult thing to pronounce. All right. All right. It doesn't need to be famous. So, so you're trying to say, so because these people are successful, they normally they are normally well known as well. Yeah.
Yes.
And here's an example for that. However, a person doesn't need to be famous, doesn't have to be. I would say have to. It's not about needing. Doesn't have to, doesn't need to be famous. Well, I guess both are fine. Then, for example, let me listen.
For example, many successful businessmen and businesswomen are just well known among the people in their areas, but they are not really popular in the general public.
Okay, women.
Women,
Women.
women,
Yeah, almost. Just a bit more of the we. It's not here. Women. Women.
women,
You could see here, yeah.
women,
Women. E-E.
yeah,
Women.
women,
Yeah.
women,
A funny word, right? Like if you look at it like this, it looks a bit funny because when we see here's just O and E, but here's like the sound E, we, min, women, women, a little difficult to pronounce sometimes. So now we have another example. Just well known among the, let's say, local people in their area, in their areas, in their area. Still, I think area should many successful businesswomen are only. Just has a few meanings, so better to say only here. Are only well known among the local people in their area, in the areas where they operate, in the areas where they work. Yeah, but they're not really popular in the general public. Any suggestions here to improve? Yeah, this part.
or like I need to paraphrase this sentence.
Well, either paraphrase or find an issue, like a problem, mistake.
Among the general public.
Within or among, yes, among the general public. They're not really popular. Okay, so many are only well known among the local people in their area, but they're not really popular. You've okay, you've got well known here, very good. What else? Advertise is a bit awkward here, but that's fine. Still known widely. This is very good. What else have you mentioned? Celebrities is very good because we're talking about popular people. That's celebrity. An example here is fitting. It's a pretty good answer. I would say, yeah, it's a good answer. You could try the structure. Let me write it down for you. So part 3 structures. We have opinions and ideas, right?
Yes.
So opinions. This is an opinion question because, do you know why?
It says do you think?
Not just because of this. Well, the main way to determine whether a question is an opinions one is to see if it's asking you for a list or of ideas, or if it's asking you to choose a side. Do you have two sides here?
Yes.
Right? So can be and cannot. That's your choice. And when you have two sides, that's the opinions question. Opinion. Let's go type. Opinion type and ideas type. Well, it's still opinions because two, right? Okay, so what do? First, you need to look at both sides, right? Two sides. So what do? You could say, talk about the first side and talk about the second side, and then give your own opinion, right? So talk about the first side. How do we do this? You could say many ways. There are many ways to begin this, but you can say some people think. Then here depends on what you said in the first, in the beginning, right? So while others believe, right? Like this, you have already you will have used advanced structures and a good tactic, like a good strategy to say more regardless of whether you know a lot about the topic or not. You can also say, instead of some people think, you could say there is an opinion that something. And the second side, what can you do? What can you say in the second? Then if you begin with what I've just said. So again, the first side, there is an opinion that, and then you say that, talk about that opinion. And the second side, then what do you say based on the first? Don't understand? Oh, wait, I think I can't hear you. You're speaking, right? Strange.
Okay. Like another typical opinion or another hated opinion.
Another what opinion?
Like you said that there is an opinion that, and the second side I would say uh, another
And there's
another popular opinion is.
yes, but there's also like there's the opposite opinion to the first one that says that this or that. That's a little more complex. So okay, I guess it's just to show you that there are ways to paraphrase. You can say what would be simplest. So some people think, or you can say it is well known that something something, and then however, there's also a different opinion to that says, or different, if not opinion, then a different notion that, yeah. Well, anyway, so I recommend researching this. You can simply Google how to talk about two different sides. There's many ways to say this, or use your vocabulary that you have already and think of ways to say it. So because it shouldn't be memorized, yes, it should be something you construct, like build while speaking in your head, so it sounds natural. Because the examiners are very well trained to hear when you memorize things. And that's why I only give you very simple, like very few things. Like here, for example, right? I give you this idiom, but it shouldn't be memorized. You should be able to, again, reconstruct it in your head when answering. So it means you should be able to paraphrase some parts of it. Same with this. And here as well. And your personal opinion, how can you do that? How
Like
can you start?
personally, in my opinion, from a perspective,
Yeah, as for me, I believe this or that. Whereas for my personal view, then I agree with the first group. But there's you could also say like, there's one group of people that think that, but there's another or people there's another group that think the opposite thing. So, and as for me, I agree with the second group or with the first group, or you could say with the latter or with the former. Those are very advanced expressions and they're easy to use in this structure if you practice it. I've told you about this before, right?
yes.
Okay, but now you have it here. So you could try again with the same question using the structure. Right? Do you think successful people, let's say, should be popular at the same time?
Mm. Now try. So it is believed that successful people uh, can should be popular at the same time. Like
No,
I read the
let's use the structure. Try to use the structure, yeah? Only the structure, use the prompts there that I've written.
yeah.
Just
So some people think that successful individuals should be popular at the same time. Because of do I need to answer?
yes, yes. The full answer, please. You need to practice that, right?
Yeah. So uh, please give me a moment for like
So you need
I
to
need to
find one
answer.
reasoning for each side. It should be instant. It shouldn't be that hard. It
Yeah.
should be quick.
So some people think successful individuals should be popular at the same time because uh, because they set as a positive example. So so they are advertised to be known widely, while others believe that it is unnecessary for successful people to be well known uh, because 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 uh, s- because some people uh, are only renowned in their by the local people in their own areas, and 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 this like they are and as for me as for me I believe as for me I think that mm, let me think. uh, and as to me uh, I think that people who success in their life,
Who are successful or who succeed.
yeah, who succeed in their life don't need to be famous because many of them don't want to be uh, don't want to be uh, like they many of them don't want to become popular in among the general public.
Because they don't want to. Okay. Yeah, well, so then like this is it's an okay example. Try to think of better reasoning, right? That's all about like this structure is all about how what you can think of in the reasoning part. Like it's easy to talk about, right? Some people think this, others think that, but now you need to provide reasoning for that. And it's better to choose a simple, like simple idea here, simple reasoning, simple reasons for the most obvious reason. Just choose something most obvious, like that you can immediately produce off the top of your head without thinking too much, because that's not necessary. What's necessary is how you present it, so language and structures. If you say because 3 times, like you can easily say because 3 times, right? First side, people think this because that. Second side, others believe this because that. And third side, as for me, I think this because that. So this way it's easy to say because 3 times. So instead you can try to paraphrase because or use a bit of a different structure that is similar or is completely different. And that's up to you again to be creative in this regard. But even if you do say because 3 times, then it's still fine because because the structure itself is also more complicated than that. Either way, but this structure allows you to fully showcase your English, like completely in many ways. And if you can, well, if you can practice this at home, then you will be able to develop this language if you don't have it yet, or if you do have it, then just use it already. And then during the test, it will be an easy way to answer part 3 questions. You will be ready. As soon as you hear an opinions question, you'll be ready to speak and ready to use your best tools. There are many structures in part 3 that you can use. This is just one of them, and you don't need more because you don't have that much time to practice, right? And I want you to try to practice as much as you can. Well, anyways, next, number 2. So we have second recording here.
Question number 2. Which one is more important, being popular or having good grades? I would say it really depends on one's long-term goals. For example, being famous can help people to build their personal relationships as well as their connectivities with others.
Well, okay, let's take a look at this first. I would say it really depends on one's long-term goals. Very good. Good answer, right? Can you repeat it again?
Well, I would say it really depends on one's long-term goals.
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 Goals,
Goals.
right? Yeah. One's long-term goal is very good. Very advanced language. It's like a perfect answer, right? Like this part is specifically like very nice. I would say that's how natives speak. Really depends. Long-term ones, yeah, very nice. So now you're choosing. All right, yeah. So it depends, yeah, structure, which is pretty much. Oh, yeah, well, a part of this opinion structure as well. You could say here, as for me, I think it really depends. That's why you can put it as well. But you've started with it, so it's a bit more limited in what you can say, which is still fine. For example, being famous can help people, oops, can help people build their personal relationships. Being famous, though, as well as the connection. Being famous helps them build relationship. How's that connected?
Uh, like being popular is means being liked by everyone. So I think the one who is popular, it means that they can make more friends, know more people, and their fans network is really wide. So I think that
Why?
means.
Yeah. Well, okay, that makes sense, but it's not fully explained here. So next time, say what you've just told me, yeah, instead of saying that being famous can help build relationships. Maybe begin relationships or have more friends. Build their personal relationships. I don't see the connection between personal and famous, but okay. I guess it maybe just me. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's just generally okay, accepted. So as well as their, well, this is wrong. Connect. What is that? What are you trying to say?
Like they can keep in touch and their fan networks is widened. I mean something
Is
like that.
what?
Like their fans network is being widened, and like they can keep in touch with many people.
They have a wide network of friends. That makes sense, but not widened. Yeah, don't say that. I don't think we need this here. It's the same then. You should just use those words that what you've just told me. Like you should say that instead of this. That's the Canadian one. So they, all right, being famous can help them have more friends because of this and that, or as they are famous, obviously it's easier for them to reach out to people who already know them. It's easier to connect to someone who already likes you, who knows you. So easy, right? So that's the point. And I don't see it explained well here. Like you have a good idea, just not very well explained.
Yes.
So then, all right, next. While having, let's listen.
While having good scores can make them a great CV to apply for jobs, and both can
All right, let's see. You said applies. Yeah.
yeah.
So, all right. So while having, so we're talking about popular versus good grades. Uh, so being famous, what means that you will have friends while having good scores. Can make. Let's not use them. They, them is not always clear what you're talking about. So, what can you put here?
Can make individuals or people.
Huh? So, while having good grades can make what? Instead of them, what can you say?
I just said individuals or people or
Oh,
uh,
yeah, individuals. I can make. You could just say you, us, you, right? Can make us, or can make you as a general you, right? Like general, all. Can make everyone. But this doesn't connect. Can make you a great CV. Oh, you mean like can give you like, oh, see, can having good grades can help you um, maybe make can help you. All right, maybe can help you make a great CV to apply. Careful with pronunciation of endings for jobs. Or maybe better jobs. Yeah, the point is not for jobs in general, but for better jobs. So meaning more money, maybe more status, while having good scores. Maybe school should be mentioned. The school, good scores, good school scores can help you make CV. Actually, what do we use with CV? Do we make it, or is it? Hmm, or is it? Well, I would say we create a CV, we present a CV, resume, yeah. What do we do? I know that's not it. It's not it exactly. So, let's have oh yeah, here. So, yeah, actually, I like these dictionaries because they can really enhance your speech quickly. So here you can see if you add one of these words here, your score for lexical resource goes up. What do you like?
an invasive resume.
An impressive resume or CV, right? It's the
Resume.
same
Yeah.
thing. Resume, CV, a clear CV, or an impressive is a good one. So you could say great is fine as well, but impressive is a bit more like precise vocabulary. What else? Like outstanding CV. What else? And we are looking for a verb, so can help you improve your CV. Yeah, improve your CV or maintain or well, that's it, I guess. Send. Yeah, we usually send it or we change it or improve it. Can help you maintain or can help you create. All right. And both translation. Both.
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 Okay. Both can play as a cornerstone. Can you paraphrase this?
Play at both can play as a cornerstone for people to make and earn money in the future.
So paraphrase.
Like it's a firm the starting point.
Hmm.
I mean, like they can play as a firm, a base, for someone to start to do something.
Play as a cornerstone. Like, but can you paraphrase this before we look into it?
What do you mean paraphrase?
Well,
Like use
paraphrase play as a cornerstone again. Like in other words, what is it?
I mean, like it is a base or a firm for someone to start to do something.
A base, a foundation.
Yeah.
Um, where's the cornerstone idiom you're looking for? So it's just be the cornerstone, not play. You can play a part. There's no thing, or there's no such thing as play. A cornerstone, corner. So cornerstone is where is it? The most important part of something. It's not the base. Well, I guess the foundation is very important, but it's not necessarily the most important part. The rest depends on, right? So it is the cornerstone. See the structure, right?
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, just is or was, just be. Now, I think so. What do we say then? So both what? Can you paraphrase, like explain both in this case? What is both here?
So both being well known and having having a good academic performance, but I already mentioned it.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So being famous, both can play. You could say an important role in or be a cornerstone. Yeah. Both can be an important role in. Oh, what do we? An important role in. Well, make and earn is the same, right? So you shouldn't say it like this. If you want to paraphrase, you can repeat the whole phrase with different words, but putting two synonyms together sounds a little strange. So you can play an important role in connect together. I want you to practice. I can do it for you, but I want you to try yourself.
Like you asked me to paraphrase this sentence, right?
I want you to connect them. So play an important role in what? Or be a cornerstone in what way?
Like be a cornerstone in their future
Actually,
career.
cornerstone, as you can see, of
Yeah,
is the usage
yeah.
of the.
Of the people's future career. Uh, so that they can they can easily earn money. They can earn
Earn
money
more
more
money
easier.
easier.
Mm.
Or I can earn more money easier. Yeah. So both can play an important role in or be as a cornerstone of people's future careers, so they can earn more money. You could say your as well instead of people's, your future career. And personally, well, you did look at both sides here, right? So that's all right. Personally, I think having a good academic performance is more crucial. More crucial. Crucial is you can't really put more crucial. Yeah, so more doesn't connect with crucial very well. Can you change?
uh, more significant.
Which just is more what? Significant. I would just say, well, then crucial without more than, because crucial sounds a bit better than having a good academic performance is crucial because it can reflect a bit general, like in general, your having, it can reflect your own effort. Okay, reflect your efforts and skills in the, let's listen.
And personally, I think I think having a good academic performance is more crucial because it can reflect my own effort and my own skills in
Efforts
efforts,
or effort.
effort,
Yeah, not
effort.
effort. Check some of the words in dictionaries. Here's a good one. Oxford Learners. I'm going to send it to you in Zalo. They have, you see, pronunciation for British and American, so you don't get confused. You can see the differences. All right.
In the achievement I have at either schools or universities.
Achievement, pronunciation.
Achievement, achievement,
Achievement.
achievement.
Okay, so I think having it's crucial because it can reflect your efforts and skills, but not in the achievement. So in reflect where? So it can reflect. I would just, it's not can, it just reflects. It's just a fact. So I think having a good academic performance is crucial because it reflects your efforts and skills. And like, we shouldn't connect it to anything else. That's it. That's a finished idea. So it shows that you have skills, shows that you have put in the effort. Um, in whatever, yeah. Okay, so then we can maybe paraphrase this part into something else if you want to add more. So having reflects your efforts and skills that you can show to your potential employer in the future, or efforts and skills. It doesn't have to be specified like schools, universities. It's obvious. Academic, that's what it means. So no need to repeat that. And in achievement doesn't really fit in here. Well, maybe you can say, well, maybe you can try. How can you fit in achievement in the sentence? The word achievement.
Uh, Efforts and skills in like the process. Uh,
Just the word achievement. How can you put it in anywhere in this sentence? How can you use it here? And fit it in, like.
uh, because I think because academic achievement reflects my efforts and skills.
Maybe okay. Having having let's check performance. Performance is normally countable. Yeah, well, we're talking about successful, right? Well, yeah. That having, I would just say good, no, I think having good academic, having that achieving good academic performance is crucial because yeah, like this. Then you use the word achieve in the form of achieving, and the rest looks nice. Can you answer this one more time? Just reread it again, right? So which one is more important, being popular or having good grades? Just the same, what we've just talked about, just try to remember everything I've told you. Repeat your own answer without mistakes. Let's go.
So, I would like to say that uh, it really depends on one's long-term goals. Like some people think that uh, being famous can have uh, in individuals to be uh, to build their relationships, why others think that um, uh, having good scores at school can uh, can create an impressive CV for them when applying jobs and
Applying for jobs.
applying for jobs. And personally, I think that having uh, um, like achieving good academic performance uh, can reflect the people's efforts and skills, uh, their own efforts and skills.
Mhm. Okay. Now, yeah, efforts and what do you say? The people's. We don't need the there. Just in your or people's. No the. You repeat yourself a lot, so you're trying to repeat the some parts that don't work out well. So ideally, slow down, say things slower, think them through, and don't hurry. Because if you can't maintain your speech at a certain pace without repetition, well, then you shouldn't go for it. You shouldn't hurry. It's not going to help you. I also have this habit actually of repeating myself from time to time, but I try to mask it a little bit, like with paraphrase or maybe slower speech sometimes, like whenever I really need to think. I do repeat myself from time to time, I've noticed, but it doesn't really like ruin my speech. In most cases, it just shows that I'm thinking or that I'm changing my thoughts while I'm speaking. But in your case, it shows that you are not familiar with using these words or structures. So that's what you should avoid. You should show that you do know how to use them well. So just speak slower than, yeah. That was a good answer overall. Actually, there's one more word that is very similar to this one, like unnecessary. Same thing. Practice the word stress. Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, like that. All right. So good work. I want you to keep going. You actually, I feel like you don't really need to do that much at home. Well, but at the same time, yeah, at the same time, maybe you should, yeah, you should do this. This is good, yeah. Keep going. Even if we can't check everything, it's no problem. The important thing is that you do it. You do it, you fix these issues with pronunciation, combining words together when you speak fluency, like not repeating yourself, not maybe paraphrasing, learning how to paraphrase, learn how to use strategies. Yeah, so the more you do, the better you become. The more you practice this, the more you do it. And if you want me, for example, okay, imagine you've prepared 8 questions or 10 questions. We don't have time to check everything. So what do? You can ask me to, um, to check the select few numbers, like, I mean, number 3, number 5, number 8 only.
Yes.
Or maybe we can even ignore that and I'll ask you new questions so you can practice, well, something fresh. And we don't have to even check it. But the important part is, of course, to do it, keep doing. So good job. Very, very well done. And we're moving on. Let's focus on both part 2 and part 3. So ideally, I recommend combining them into one. And with, like this. Yeah, pick a part 2 with part 3 questions. And then record yourself, save the recording links. And then listen to your answer the same way. That's very good. Your corrections are also great. You don't always have to correct yourself, because while listening, I hope you already learned something. Like you learn about pronunciation issues, intonation, fluency, your pauses, your vocabulary that you're using. You get to process the same answer 2 times, like when you say it and then when you listen to it. It's so helpful. It really helps you build this understanding of the language. And that's what you're going to show the examiner when you enter the room. This practice is going to be your foundation, your core of what you can show the examiner, right? That's why we're doing this. Without it, it's possible only if you already speak English fluently, right? If you're like really good at it, then you don't need it, of course, this practice. But even then, it could be useful. Like anyone, any public speaker, they like to listen to themselves to get better at it. If their job depends on, like, if their success depends on them speaking well, they often listen to themselves several times throughout their like recordings, speeches, presentations. So what you're doing is done by professionals who are good at their job. That's what you're doing too, and it helps you become a better speaker as well, not just in IELTS. So it's good for life. So this is like life skills I'm teaching you. Now, what questions do you have for me?
Uh, may I would like to have a mock test on Wednesday. Is
Of
possible?
course, we can do the full test because so far we've been practicing specific questions, topics, and structures, and the full test is gonna make it make you practice the whole thing together. So if you feel like you need it, then we'll do it. We are meeting on
On
Wednesday.
no tomorrow we also have a schedule as
Tomorrow, right?
yes, as I told you. Let me
Yeah. I
check
see
my
it. Yeah, it's in the schedule. I just haven't looked yet, so I see it now. It's tomorrow, 6:45. Yeah.
yeah, yes.
hmm Yeah. And if you want, we can still do writing, but it's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah.